Hello, in this C programming video, we are going to cover the static storage class. So, also obviously used for static variables. That's probably the way you've heard about it. Okay, so if I create, let's say if I create a function. So if I say void, and I'm going to say print. And in here, we'll do printf. First of all, we'll declare a variable. Let's say int I equals 0. And let's say afterwards we just increment it, so we adds 1 to it, and we're gonna put %i, and if I was to just run this, I mean, I could use a loop. I'm gonna just duplicate it like this. I'll cover loops later on. Give it a run. We just get 0 0 0 0. Let me just print off a new line so you can see where each one starts and where each one ends. Run it. We still get 0 0 0 0 0. Even though it's 0, prints it out to 0, it increments it, so now it's 1. So why next time is it 0? It's because it's been declared as a regular integer. So what happens is this is what is called, let me close down a bit. This is what is called a scope, and when this set of curly braces close, this variable is deleted from memory, your RAM. Therefore, when it goes, this print method gets called again. What happens is, in RAM, memory is allocated for the integer variable I and assign the value 0 again. So there's no persistence. If you want persistence between function calls, you can put the keyword static, run that. Let's actually run that now. We get 0 1 2 3 4. So what happens is, when this gets called static int I, it's basically checking, is there area in memory that has been allocated for I? If not, allocate it and assign the value 0. If there already is, don't assign the value 0. Whatever's there, which is what would have been there from the I++ from the previous call, you do that. So if you want persistence, you can do this. If you want persistence across the whole file, so let's say if I want to be able to, have the same variable in multiple methods, you can create it outside of your functions. And let's say static, it could be character, it could be a float, it doesn't really matter. I'm just sticking with integers to keep things simple. Say if I say static int x equals 9, for example, and that means I can use this across my different functions and it will persist. So this is what is called a global variable. It is restricted to the file that it's in. So when you get onto having multiple files, the static variable will still be restricted to that one file, and this is what is called a local variable. But this just means that if we was to print out x here, so like if I do x++, and let's say if I put %i and I print out x, there we go, it is incrementing that as well, even though we didn't declare the x integer within print because it was declared outside and it was static. It will exist as long as the application exists. So that's basically what static variable is. It doesn't exist just for the scope, it's for the life of the application. So that's it. You shouldn't be using static variables all the time. When you're beginning out, it can kind of feel like it's easier just to put static variables everywhere. Trust me, we've all been in that situation. It's generally not better. It's much better if you just use them when you need to, and it's going to be a bit of experimentation to try and figure that out. But if you do have any questions about that, feel free to pop us a message on Discord. There's a link in the description, and as usual, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.